Hey everybody, welcome back to the Airsoftology Monday Q&A show, or we shouldn't even call it Mondays anymore because it's always almost Tuesday. Anyway, welcome back to the show, and this is the show that answers your questions, helps you out. A pension is also here for you a day late most of the time. Well, hopefully not this one. Anyway, this is your show, really. I answer your questions here about Airsoft or anything kind of remotely Airsoft related. And of course, you put your questions in the comment section below, vote up your favorites, and I will try my darndest to get them on the show every single week. Be persistent because there's only so few I can get on. Every week I do read them all before the next week, so I do remember the ones, and after a while I try to get them on. Also, if you have a favorite video, I do a video recommendation of the week at the end of the show here. If you have a favorite channel, video, or anything that's Airsoft related, including your own, I do accept some shameless self-promotion. Please put them down there, and I will try to help you promote your channel on YouTube. It's free. It's what I want to do. I want to help you guys and help grow Airsoft and help grow YouTube Airsoft. Anyway, before we get into the questions, real quick, I want to tell you about something. Remember these? If you guys have been watching for a while, you know these. If you haven't been watching for a while, you may not know these. This is back. My patches, I have a web store, by the way, that helps support the show, but the Make Airsoft Great Again patch is back. Limited run. There's only a few, there's not too many. It's a limited run. And it's just a single reprint on this guy. It is back in the store for pre-order right now for you. And because it's pre-order, I'm kind of shaving a little bit off the price. They will be in about 1 week from now, but these are the real samples. I got like 5 or 6 of these samples, and man, they look good. I'm trying to zoom in for you here. Look really good. I love them. They're woven, so they're kind of like a, not embroidered, kind of a cool, different style to them, more like a tag in a shirt than a regular embroidered patch. And again, they're free shipping anywhere worldwide on everything in the store. So whatever price you see there is anywhere in worldwide. You click it, and it goes to you. Just give it like a couple weeks, because, you know, mail's kind of slow from Taiwan, which is where I'm at. Anyway, enough about all that. Let's dive on into what you're really here for, and that is your questions in the Tippmann mail call. Mauricio Herrera writes, what do you think about the new Demolition Ranch EVIC F1 Arms AEG? Huge support. Actually, I am really, hold on, I'm gonna go right here. There we go. So I just got an F1 in. This is the F1. If you guys can't tell, it's pretty super cool. It's like, you can kind of see through it there, and it's all chopped up. I'm going to be doing a full review on it here in the next week or so. The Demolition Ranch version of this is their special version. If you guys didn't know who Demolition Ranch is, I guess you're living under a rock. Fantastic channel that covers guns, all these different things. He actually has a couple different channels. He's a vet by trade, and he's got like kind of an off-the-ranch channel. Then he has Demolition Ranch, which is his firearms channel. He goes and shoots. I love the channel. Huge YouTuber, massive following, real relaxed, cool, just kind of everyday guy. Well, anyway, he went out to the High Ground Airsoft event with EVIC, and that was part of the unveiling there at the High Ground grand opening of the EVIC Outpost to talk about this. And of course, you can see his video here. I'll have a link over to his channel talking about this. And it's a collaborative project between F1, which he has a real gun with F1, which is this EVIC version is the Airsoft version of the real one. He's partnering with F1 on F1 firearms. Unbelievably cool that we're seeing a huge firearm YouTuber. We're seeing F1 firearms in the real world and F1 firearms licensed through EVIC and Airsoft all coming together. When I see things like this isn't a promotion, this isn't an advertisement, but for me, this is something that I think is super cool because it shows how real Airsoft is. Like, it's like, you know, real manufacturers of firearms are going, okay, Airsoft is, you know, used to be, I guess, you know, there's always a little bit of, I think more and more of these real companies are doing it. And then big firearms YouTubers are going, yeah, Airsoft is cool too. He got to go out and play. In fact, you know, it was like he had his brother in there. Anyway, it's just a cool video. I don't want to give it away. Real long. Definitely check it out. It got some positive vibes and light shined on the Airsoft community. And of course, he's got this project coming up. Now, that was the only one. I think it was like just a sample he's using. So I don't know when it's going to be out or how much it's going to be. But the F1's pretty affordable. Pretty much looks cool. I'll have a full review so you guys can make buying decisions on that here shortly. I know some other YouTubers have been putting out their videos on this as well. But anyway, I wanted to share this big news, and I saw this question. I was like, yeah, this is positive for the Airsoft community worldwide, and especially in the US. I feel like this is something I wanted to kind of get out and share. So what are your thoughts on this one? I got a bunch of questions for you this week. What are your thoughts on this? Is this positive? I mean, I think it's great for me. And your thoughts of more real firearms guys and companies partnering with Airsoft and making everybody kind of one big community. I personally think it's awesome, but I want to know what you guys think as well. And again, like I said, more information in the video I was showing here for you over my face and all that, and the link in the description box below so you guys can check it out. Anything Mike writes, have you encountered a guy holding a riot shield in any of the fields you've went on? And if so, do you have any tactics you would use? Actually, yeah, I see them a lot. I used to. Not as much anymore. For me, it's pretty simple. Unless they plant that sucker on the ground, I'm shooting for feet. A hit's a hit's a hit in Airsoft, right? In the real world, yeah, that would take you down. But we're not talking about real world here, we're talking about Airsoft, right? So with Airsoft, a little toe hit, bing, is enough. So as soon as I see that shield come out, I'm like, what's open? Oh, there's the feet. And I'll just put a few rounds into the feet, get the kill, move on. That is me. It's that. Now, if they're a smart user and they plant that sucker in the ground and they're like, all right, well, they know what they're doing, no gaps here, and they're using it for cover, typically that's the time you want to use a grenade, something to get out there. Indoors, just lob that sucker out if you can get a good angle. It may take you a little bit to bounce it. I like the impact grenades. Maybe you can kind of aim on the wall, like kind of over beside his head, hit it, gone, done. You just got to get that grenade behind him and before it goes off. So impact grenades for me are king. I enjoy the impact grenade more than a timing grenade when it comes to CQB and indoors. If it's outdoors, I'll usually use smoke grenades and try to flank, work with your team, try to get one element of your team to draw the fire while the other element, yourself or whoever, can go and flank around if that's possible. That's a good way, because once you get around the side of that shield, there's no more protection. Or if he's trying to now have two angles to fire, he's like getting fired on straight on and then from the side, he has to change his angle, right? Go left and right. And so he's going to expose himself at some point to somebody and get shot. It's a little bit more challenging if that's the case. You got somebody who's smart about using it. But yeah, it's not impossible. Like I said, grenade usually takes care of the problem pretty quick. Couple of those lobbed in, usually you'll do it. Or some flanking maneuvers, good smoke grenade to kind of cover your opponent, your team's moving. If you're going to be the flanking unit or the fire drawing, little smoke to kind of little razzle dazzle and keep them occupied while you get that in position. If it's outdoor, of course, you don't want to use smoke indoor. But yeah, that's just my thought. Yeah, sure, it's doable. It's just maybe a little more challenging depending on how good the shield user is. Division 6 Airsoft. Hey John, do you think that drones have a place in Airsoft for surveillance of enemy players from a distance like recon at a milsim? Funny you say that. I've used it in Colorado. I was at JTAC, which is now Titan Milsim, JTAC Airsoft event, and I was able to set my drone up, and we were being assaulted. We had pushed in, and they were assaulting out of their, I think their FOB, and I was able to get my drone way up in the air. I was on the radio, and it was the coolest moment I've had in Airsoft in a very long time, and I'm doing call-outs. I'm like, all right, hey, I knew where my team was. My team fanned out, the rest of my squad, the guys I was playing with. I wasn't commander by any means, but it just happened to work. I had it in my pack. I was gonna do some aerial stuff later on, just lay the field. I'm like, ooh, I'm putting this thing up in the air. So I had 20 minutes in the air with my drone, up it goes, flip the wings out, and now I got this top-down view, and you can see all the dots moving in. It was just like satellite in a video game. I'm telling you, it was the coolest moment. And I sat there on my radio with my mic in my hand, and I'm just talking to them. I'm like, all right, hey. And I knew that I could kind of tell where the guys went, because I knew all right, these guys went that way and that way. So if I'm looking over here, I'm like, hey man, they're in front of you, they're about 30 meters out, they're a little bit to your right, or I'm like, oh, they're on the road, they're moving up, and I'm like, there's 3 guys coming at you, and I was able to call, and you could see the guys just go backwards and get you, and we used a small squad to hold off 2 or 3 other squads. It was the coolest moment ever. Now, keep in mind, those are drone laws and things like that. In this area, totally free to fly, nowhere near an airport, out in the middle of nowhereville, and I wasn't filming for commercial use, I was just using it. So it was perfect. It's actually all within the boundaries of use of the drone. Such a cool moment. So make sure you follow drone laws, things like that. But man, I sent that sucker way up. It was this bird. It was just cool. Somewhere I've got the footage. I don't know if I can put it up though, because I don't know if it's commercial use. Anyway, but yes, definitely worth it. I think it could add an element. I know Milsim West does it in their events too. So there's some active use of that as elements in some of the stuff as well. I don't think they've used it lately, but they've used it in the past, some drones. Anyway, I think it's awesome, and probably some of the most fun I had, not shooting at all, just sitting on the radio talking, but it was still super cool. Garrett Osborne writes, hey Jonathan, I've been asking the question about whether airsoft revolvers are still viable in airsoft. I actively use the Dan Wesson 715 with plenty of moon clips and some hop-up mods as my primary weapon. Just wondering what your thoughts are, and keep up the good work. actually have that same pistol, and I have got some really good kills with it. Some good long range kills too. Fun to use, but it is extremely challenging. It is like when you get a video game, when you look at the levels and you're like, beginner, intermediate, and then middle, hard mode, and then you're like hardcore, expert, and you're like, I'm gonna go with expert mode, and you get in the first level and you're just getting destroyed. That is like using a revolver in Airsoft, especially as your primary. Wow, that is really pushing it. It's accurate, it shoots good, but man, it is challenge mode right there. You're talking about maybe 6 shots, especially that one. 6 shots, you have to put the shells in, you got a pocket full of shells, you get these moon clips, and you dump it and take the old ones out. That is really pushing it. I mean, I think something like the Hater revolver from Elite Force, at least you get those little discs. You can pop the disc out, pop them in, you get more than 8 shots, and we can get 10 on the Hater, I think. It's a way better, at least solution for a revolver, but then when you get adjustable hop-up. Anyway, I don't want to go into the differences there. I know you get the hop-up mod and all that. I've had some fun with that revolver, but man, I think viability is a primary, and that really is challenge mode. I don't know if you play indoor or outdoor. If you play CQB, hat tip to you, sir, a tip of the old fedora, because that is seriously challenging. 6 shots, you got to make every single one count. You're up against guys with like 22, 23, or even 25 rounds, and the mag reload's like a button push, and the next one in, and rock and roll. Wow, I'm telling you, it's impressive. It really is impressive. So anyway, are they viable? Man, if you're having fun with it, heck yeah, it's viable. I think it's definitely a handicap, but I enjoy running mine as a secondary, not as a primary, man. Again, good for you. But anyway, question before we jump to the next one for everybody out there watching, for you watching, do you have a revolver? Do you run it as your pistol, sidearm, or your primary even? I want to know. Let me know in the comment section below. All right, that's it for questions this week, which means it is time for the Code Red Headsets video recommendation of the week. And this one comes from, again, shameless self-promotion, Coyote Campers Airsoft. This is the channel out of New Zealand. Pretty cool. I was watching, I was like, what's that accent? So I had to do a little research. I was trying to place it. I'm pretty sure it's a New Zealand accent. Sure enough, it was. I was like, this is too cool. So out of New Zealand, very small channel, but growing. Got some, I'm telling you right now, funny editing. If you guys are into kind of like a little bit of edgier stuff, a little newer stuff, like new internet humor, you're really truly going to enjoy this channel. The quality of the humor, if you like that kind of, if you're big into memes, you're gonna love this channel. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. Check it out. Funny stuff, well done, and I wanna see more from the channel. Again, easy enough for me to boop, and mash that sub button. For me, I'm a meme guy. I like my IG feed, if you guys follow me. If you look at what I like, it's like outdoor pictures, gun girls, things like that, and then like a bunch of meme stuff. Anyway, so I really like this channel a lot. A little different than House Gamers, because he's in memes too, kind of, I think, but definitely a cool channel. I think there's a lot of potential here and a lot of growth, and definitely keep up the work, man. I loved it. I'm glad you were like, kind of showed up at the top of the pile as like shameless self-promotion, some comments underneath it. I was like, all right, it's gonna happen. And I always watched, I'm like, that's a good one. Anyway, guys, if you want to check it out, of course, as always, I have a link in the description below, and I've had one over here in the corner pop up as you've been watching the video over my face or over my shoulder, so you guys can click on it and check it out. If you want your video, or you have a channel or a video you like that you want to have on here, don't forget to put it in the comment section below for next week. Well, that's it. Thanks a bunch. Don't forget, pre-order in the web store. So I'll have a pre-order there. Remember to be pretty clear saying when these things will ship, about 2 weeks out before they go. They'll be in next week. I'll be able to pull them together and get them shipped out. Because they are limited quantities, I wanted to put them up for pre-order to give you loyal guys and gals a chance at them first. And they are, like I said, on discount on pre-order. They will go up to normal price, $9 is the normal price on them once the pre-order and they show up or back in. So don't miss out. I feel bad if you're watching this video after it, because you're gonna miss out on a little discount. But anyway, thanks a bunch, and I will see you guys next week. Until then, go out, play some Airsoft, have some fun, but no matter what you do, call your freaking hits.